Hello Hanover, hello Hanover veterans. Ben Quelly, your Veteran Service Officer, doing another transmission here from the Foxhole. As we work together as a community to get through this difficult time, which I think we've done an outstanding job as a town in doing up till now, and no reason to think we're not going to continue to come together as a community, help each other out. It sounds like things are going to start hopefully getting back to normal in the next month or two. What I wanted to talk today about is actually one topic, and it can be a confusing topic, and it is I'm covering it today because we certainly have had to focus on our elderly community through this crisis. They were the most at risk and exposed population. We care very deeply about our parents and our grandparents and their care, and it's been a very scary time. So what I thought I would do is talk a little bit about a non-service connected pension called Aid and Attendance. I get a lot of questions about it, and anybody who works in nursing care has heard of it. I've talked to individuals, family members, and healthcare professionals about how this particular pension is acquired by either a veteran and spouse, or the veteran's surviving spouse. They are all eligible for this. The Aid and Attendance pension is like an indemnification. It's meant to help with alleviate the costs of in-home care or assisted living for individuals who are requiring this kind of care. They certainly will tell you it is not cheap. It is expensive. Whether somebody's coming into the home or you have a loved one in an assisted living facility, we're talking thousands of dollars a month of cost. So this non-service connected pension is meant to help defray or alleviate some of those costs. So first you start with the eligibility requirements, much like other VA benefits. This is for a veteran who has an honorable or general discharge. It can have any kind of discharge other than dishonorable. This veteran had to have had at least 90 days of active duty service, one day of which has to be during a combat era. Now that does not include basic training or anything like that, because sometimes we have members of the Guard, National Guard, they were never on active duty, but they did training for basic training and AIT and all that. That time does not qualify as the 90 days. It has to be outside of that. If the veteran has passed, then the only requirement for the surviving spouse is that that person was married to the veteran at the time of the veteran's passing. Also, the applicant must be 65 years or older, unless the veteran is totally disabled, has 100% service-connected disability rating with the VA. So, as I explained, like all of the benefits, you have to qualify for this. So what needs to be in place for a veteran or surviving spouse to get this pension? Well, the individual needs to have lost at least 2 ADLs, that's active daily livings. Okay, that's a number of different things. That's bathing, preparing food for themselves, dressing, or just getting around if they've lost the ability to transfer themselves from one place to another, using the bathroom facilities. Those types of things are all considered active daily livings. If a veteran or spouse has lost at least 2 of those, then they can qualify for an aid and attendance pension. Let's talk about the money. What are we getting at here? Okay, is this worth it? Let's say. Well, sure, because as I said, it's thousands of dollars a week sometimes for these individuals to have this kind of care to come into the home. Let's say I think somewhere around $25 to $30 an hour is the going rate for in-home care, and an individual might need anywhere from 5 to 8 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week. So do the math; it can get expensive. So for a surviving spouse, let's say, who qualifies for an attendance, you're talking about over $1,200 a month that's direct deposited into your account to help defray these costs. If you are a single veteran, you could get up over $1,900 a month. If it is a veteran who's married and the spouse has lost the ability to care for the veteran by themselves, then now you have an aid attendance benefit that could go up to about $2,260 a month. If you have two veterans in the house, and that's happened, where both the married couple, they're both qualified as veterans, and they have lost the ability either to take care of each other, or one spouse has lost the ability to take care of the veteran, but they're both veterans, then it could be over $3,000 a month. So it's a nice chunk of change to help defray these costs. As I say, though, you have to qualify. The number one thing that has to be overcome, okay, with any kind of non-service connected pension is income and assets. Okay, they have to be at or below a certain level for veterans or spouses to qualify. So the magic number in 2020 is $129,000 of net worth. Okay, net worth meaning your assets, any kind of retirement, any kind of portfolio wealth that could be transferred into cash. It also includes the income, whether it's Social Security, pensions, what have you. Okay, now the primary residence of the veteran or the surviving spouse does not count against assets. Okay, so you can take that one off the books. So this is really like paper worth when it comes to assets and the income that comes in each month. However, again, this is meant to defray the costs of in-home care and also out-of-pocket costs, whether it's premiums, deductibles, co-pays, anything that the veteran spends on their care. It is important to total that number up because that can be set against income. So let's say you have a veteran or a surviving spouse that's taken $35,000 worth of Social Security and maybe a pension coming in each year, but they're also now taking on $18,000, $19,000 worth of out-of-pocket costs. Well, do the math. Now you subtract those out-of-pocket costs from the income, and it can drive that number down so that they will then qualify. Okay, so those are just some figures to think about as to whether or not you or a loved one would qualify for this veteran pension. The last thing that needs to be in place is one of the treating physicians of the veteran or surviving spouse does need to verify, getting back to those ADLs, those active daily livings, a treating physician needs to verify that this individual has lost the ability to take care of themselves in all those active living requirements. And it is a VA form. It's known to a lot of physicians. They fill these things out. It's called the 2680. And they just really confirmed that, this ailment, whether it's age or disease, has really affected this patient's ability to take care of themselves. So we put all those things together, income and assets, that it's a qualified veteran or surviving spouse, and that a physician has verified that the veteran or surviving spouse has lost the ability to adequately take care of themselves, and that they have taken on this out-of-pocket cost, whether it's assisted living or in-home care. And if all those things are in place, which is the case for a lot of our seniors here in Hanover, then I encourage either the veteran or a representative of the veteran to contact my office, and let's start the application process with the VA. It can take a while. There's a lot of supporting documentation and evidence that needs to be gathered up, but I can help you get through that. And then we'll muddle through it, and eventually we'll get that aid and attendance pension to you, which, as I say, can be very beneficial financially for a lot of our seniors. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call my office, 781-826-5000, extension 1107. All my information is on the Town of Hanover website under the Veteran Services tab. And lastly, I like to say let's all hang in there. We're going to get through this, and again, I'd like to take my hat off to the entire community of Hanover, the fire department, the police, town management, and all the council on aging and all the different services that are provided by the town and the citizens of the town who have really come together to help each other out. It gives me great pride to be an employee of this type of a community. Okay, thank you very much. Stay safe.